Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel here at the Wholeness Shop, where I teach you all the tips, tricks, and techniques for your beading journey. Today I'm back with another beginner's basics tutorial with double brick stitch. This is a build upon single brick stitch and it has a lot of similarities, so if you haven't already checked out my tutorial for single brick stitch, definitely check that out. For this I'm teaching you double brick stitch, which is basically just the pyramid section of our brick stitch earrings, and the difference is primarily that there are 2 beads in every single row instead of 1, hence the double brick stitch, and it gives it a more elongated pyramid shape. And we are going to be starting out with just 2 beads in our foundation ladder stitch row. I always recommend that if you are just starting out to definitely start with single brick stitch, but this is a great next stitch if you're ready to progress on your beading journey. With the double brick stitch, you get lots more variety and you get a little bit more to play around with, because with the 2 beads in every row, you have a little bit more design freedom, so you can make some more shapes, such as these eye earrings. A great example of what you can do with your double brick stitch. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. We're going to be starting with our ladder stitch, and we're going to be doing just 2 beads in every single row. So you're going to pick up 4 beads to begin with, and then you want to string them all the way down your thread and leave a tail of about 3 to 4 inches. From here, what you want to do is kind of just stack them together like that, where your tail is always going to be on your left hand side, and then you're going to take your needle and you're going to go up the 2 beads that are on the left hand side, just like this. Pull all of your thread through, and you see they already stacked together. And then to secure, we go once more down through the beads on the right, and you want to keep your tension not too tight, not too loose. This just comes with lots of practice. But with the 2 beads in every row, you're going to notice a little bit of a alligator mouth on the sides. This is a little bit normal. It just depends on what beads you're using, and it's just going to take a lot of practice to perfect with your tension. But even for me, I get a little bit of an alligator mouth, and that's totally fine. So we're going to pick up 2 more beads. We're going to follow the yarn down, and we're going to go down through the beads that we have on the right. Pull through, secure by going back up through those beads. And we're going to continue to do that until we have 9 rows. So now we have our foundation ladder stitch. If you want to see this a little bit slower, definitely go check out that beginner's brick stitch tutorial that I was talking about. I utilize 3 beads in this, but you can also use 2 beads, and I prefer 2 beads for my double brick stitch. So now we're going to begin our next row, our first row of our brick stitch, and we're working off of our ladder stitch. So what we're going to do is, instead of picking up 2 beads, we pick up 4 beads. So normally in our single brick stitch, we pick up 2 beads, but it's going to be the exact same stitch technique, but we're going to pick up 4. I have 4 beads on my needle. I'm going to skip that first loop and go through the second loop from back to front. I'm going to pull through. Then I'm going to go up through the 2 beads that are on the left hand side, and then down through the 2 beads that are on the right hand side. And then once more up through the 2 beads that are on the left. So now we're going to pick up 2 beads. We're going to go to that next loop from back to front. We're going to pull through. We're going to go up and pull through, and repeat through that next loop from back to front, pull through, and then up to secure. When you get to the end of your row and you're ready to move on to the next row, you're going to repeat the same technique that we do for our single brick stitch, where you pick up your beads and you go through the second loop from the left and you repeat your pattern. But instead of picking up 2 beads like we did here in our first row, we're going to pick up 4 beads. So 4 beads on my needle, skip the first loop, go through the second from back to front, pull through, go up through the 2 beads that are on the right, then down through the 2 beads that are on the left, and then up through the 2 beads on the right to secure, and then you're ready to continue your project. You continue the same stitch over and over again, just like you do in the single brick stitch, and when you get to the top of your pyramid, you can add either a bead loop or a thread guard. If you're looking for how to do those techniques, definitely go to my beginners beading playlist where there are several videos to help you out. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give this a thumbs up and comment below if you have any requests or any questions for this technique or for any other technique that you're interested in doing. Be sure to tag me on Instagram or send me an email picture of any of the creations that you make with my tutorials, as I'd love to feature you at the end of one of my videos. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.